Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep, and today we have another value discussion, this time on the Sword and Shield set, Vivid Voltage. So it feels like forever since I've done one of these. Last one I did was Champion's Path. I'll be doing Vivid Voltage today, and then after this I'll actually be diving into Black and White, and then giving a little extra time, and then I'll do some more Sword and Shield sets, and then kind of continue that pattern. Because now Vivid Voltage has a little bit of extra time for cards to kind of be out there, graded cards to come back slowly, and all that. So like always, I'll have links down below to all of these value discussions, like in a playlist, as well as all these spreadsheets. A link to the spreadsheets down below. And I've done value discussions on all the Sun and Moon sets, including like promos and like all the miscellaneous stuff like McDonald's, all that, as well as all the X and Y sets, and then all of the Sword and Shield sets up to Vivid Voltage at this point. So there's some good stuff down below. I'll also have timestamps if you want to skip my little intro, because I always do a little intro of the spreadsheet itself. All right, so administrative information. We have this spreadsheet's as of 9 June. And then we have some color coordination. And then the release date was 24 September 2020. So Vivid Voltage, I mean, it's been out for a while. It's June now. So, yeah, time has just been flying. A pretty decent size set. A lot of secret rares. And you'll see shortly that the set has a lot of decent cards. So in the far left column, we have the card itself, which is very self-explanatory. And if it's italicized, it means I have that card in my collection. And if it's red, that means it's going to be a card that I'll be talking about today. Because there's just not enough time to talk about all these. I don't want to sit here for hours just rambling on about cards, you know. I only want to ramble for a little bit. Rarity, self-explanatory. Raw and TCG player is the marketplace. Oh my gosh. The market value on tcgplayer.com, rounded down to the nearest dollar. Grade, I try to find PSA 10s. If there's no PSA 10s, for a lot of these more modern cards, CGC is becoming a lot more common. So I would say probably half this spreadsheet is CGC, and then the rest is PSA 10. So, you know, take that or leave it. And then sold price is the last sold price on eBay, rounded up to the nearest dollar, not including shipping. Date of sale is when that listing or auction or ended. And then PSA 10 population, the number on the left is the number of 10s, and the number on the right is the number totally registered with PSA. At this time, there's really no way to access any population reports from CGC, and PSA still is the most popular. So, yeah, and you'll see some of these cards have never even been submitted, or maybe because PSA is still so backlogged, they will, you know, eventually it'll reflect in the population reports. But as of 9 June, when I pulled this report, this is what they're tracking. So, yeah, we'll see if they're back in July. They said they're going to be back in July. I doubt it, because right now they only have the $300 per card submission. So, starting out with a holo rare, a Lugia. Honestly, this is a good-looking card. You have the pre-release Lugia from within this set as well, but that'll be a separate promo video that I do down the line once the Sword and Shield is pretty much complete. But the Lugia in the reverse and a PSA 10 sold for $45. 3 have been submitted for grading. Oh, wait, actually, yeah, 3 have been submitted for grading and 3 got 10. So is this card going to be like crazy super valuable? No, but it is a Lugia, and, you know, Lugia is like second place to Charizard when it comes to those types of collectible Pokemon. So we have the Pikachu V. Anytime you have like Pikachu ultra rare cards within a core set or a set in general, it's not as common as, you know, all the Pikachu promos, or Pikachu being just a common card. So, you know, it's nice, even though there's a ton of Pikachu V cards, because you have all the promos, and then you have this one within the set. PSA 10 sold for $89. Not bad. You guys will notice that generally this set isn't too hard to grade. A lot of these cards won't have very many in the report, but almost like every single card will have graded a 10. So you can tell that people are very selective in what they did, and yeah. So now we move on to the Snorlax holo rare. Another holo rare, a very yeah, this is also was another one that had a pre-release promo, but it's a pretty good looking card. CGC 9 sold for $46. No 10s at PSA, and only 4 have been submitted. I know this is a CGC price, but just using PSA 10 population kind of for reference. Then we have the Charizard, which was just a regular rare within this set, which, you know, everyone was still kind of complaining because they threw another Charizard in this set. But then it was just a regular rare, so it was a little bit more common. And the reverse in a 10 sold for almost pretty much $200. And surprisingly, not graded too hot. So probably a bunch of people were just sending all the reverses in regardless of how it was, because they're like, Charizard equals submission. So I know a lot of people that are like that, so it makes sense. Then we have some amazing rares, which I personally love. We have the Zamazenta Amazing Rare. PSA 10 sold for $81. A lot of the prices for a lot of these have dropped down significantly because Amazing Rares aren't super, super hard to pull, like a Secret Rare or something like that. And they're just really cool looking cards. So a lot of people have been submitting them, and they grade pretty easily because, you know, there's kind of hollow shininess sprinkled throughout the whole card, but it's not like the entire surface. So they're not as difficult to grade either. Got the Zacian, PSA 10, $83. Once again, not too bad. I have all of the Amazing Rares within this set, and I submitted all of them to CGC, I believe. So, yeah, we'll see how they come back in, you know, a few years from now. We have the Celebi Amazing Rare, probably my favorite one within the set, with Jirachi being a close second. PSA 10 sold for $100. Once again, these prices have been dropping significantly because, you know, this is just the trend right now with Pokemon. Some cards are holding strong or even increasing, but majority are kind of falling back as, you know, these new sets come out and people's attentions turn to other things or away from Pokemon in general. We have the Raikou Amazing Rare, $82 for the PSA 10. A little surprised in this price. I feel like it's at least $100, but that was the last sold listing on June 6th, so you gotta take it. We have the Jirachi Amazing Rare, sold for $182. Not bad. Second favorite Amazing Rare. Very, very good grading ratio. Hopefully mine gets a 10, but yeah, it's a really good looking card. I love how they did like 3 different types. They have like a speckled one, and then like a swirl, and then like a splatter for the Amazing Rares. So really cool cards. It's a shame that they stopped them, at least for now. I hope they bring them back at some point, maybe later down the line, the Sword and Shield series. We have the Beauty Full Art. You know, it's a beautiful beauty. PSA 10 sold for $128. You know, a lot of people like those female trainer cards, and, you know, this is one of them, and it's not a bad-looking card either. We have the Rayquaza Amazing Rare, PSA 10 sold for $209. A ton have been submitted for grading, over 1,000. This is a good-looking card. Not my favorite Rayquaza card of all time, but it is an Amazing Rare, and it is Rayquaza, so you have a lot of good indicators of collectability right there. We have the Galarian Obstagoon. I really like what Sword and Shield has done with the gold cards. They're beautiful. I love that they're shiny. And the Pokemon that they selected are always kind of like random, which is very nice. PSA 10, $203. And a lot of times they're generally like somewhat more competitive too, which is nice, like what you'll see with the Oranguru later down the line. $203 for a PSA 10. Actually somewhat hard to grade. So maybe the gold cards are a little bit harder to grade because there is so much potential for flaws because of how much hollow and sparkliness is on there. We have the Oranguru, PSA 10 sold for $201. 29 out of 70, rated a 10. Once again, another really good looking card and a fairly playable card too. So yeah, it's a really nice card. I wish I had either of these. We have the Pikachu VMAX, just the regular colored one, or the one that has colors other than a rainbow. PSA 10, $148. Another one that's over 1,000 for submitted, but decent ratio for grading, a little over 70%, which is not bad. We have the Pokemon Center Lady Full Art. This is probably my favorite full art within the set. Very beautiful card. PSA 10 sold for $150. Not too many submitted, but great looking card. And it's sold for a respectable price. We have the Bee Full Art. She sold for $133. She's definitely one of the fan favorites. A little behind Nessa, but one of the fan favorites. And yeah, another full art female trainer. We have the Nessa Full Art. This one is kind of torn between like it being the favorite trainer of the Sword and Shield series of sets. I mean, or just series in general. I mean, I like Nessa a lot, but I just never liked the water gyms. I don't know, they just always felt kind of weak to me. And I mean, her ace being a freaking Dreadnought is just kind of lame. I don't know, I like Dreadnought because I like turtles, but just not the strongest ace in my opinion. PSA 10, $150. Not bad. And then we have the Bee Secret Rare, $205. It's interesting because sometimes in these sets, the rainbows will sell less than the full arts with have the other colors, and then sometimes they'll sell for more, like in this set. Bee PSA 10 sold for $205 in the Secret Rare form, and then the Nessa Secret Rare and PSA 10 sold for $150, so the exact same price. And I think that's actually the first time ever, at least in one of these videos, that I've had 2 different rarities of the same type of card sell for the exact same price. That's just interesting. And I've done a lot of these. I think maybe 40 or 50 of these now. We have the Pikachu V Full Art. Ultra rare. Okay, maybe not 40 or 50, maybe like a little less than 40. Pikachu V Full Art. Beautiful card in my opinion. I think a lot of people are always surprised at how much it sells for raw, like 65, and then a PSA 10 sold for 340. But I think it's well deserved because a card like this, core set Pikachu card in a full art form, and it's a pretty good looking card. Like Pikachu looks pretty like intense, ready to fight. I don't know. I think this card is valued a lot, but I still think it's slightly underrated. And then you have the Pikachu VMAX Secret Rare. $650 in PSA 10. There's a lot of other sold listings that were like over 800 and stuff like that, but this was like the most recent sold listing, so it kind of looks like it's not worth that much, but yeah. Over 2,000 have been submitted for grading, 1,200 received 10s. This is just a beautiful card. It's the #1 chase card from the set, and I'm sure you guessed that from the beginning. And personally, I think out of all the cards that we've gone over in Sword and Shield, I think this by far is the most collectible card. And honestly, maybe even in the long run for like all of Sword and Shield, because this card is just awesome. It's Pikachu, it's Rainbow, it's super fat, Gigantamax, VMAX Pikachu. It's just a good looking card in my opinion. But, you know, Charizard's always reigning supreme. So now we got some tidbits at the bottom. Vivid Voltage has $65. $65. Sorry, I was looking at the Rebel Clash, which these should not have dollar signs next to them because it's just the number of cards that are greater than $1. But Vivid Voltage has 65 of them. That is not bad. A lot of these averages don't look into them too much. The V, I'm only doing PSA 10 averages, and for Vs there was only one that, like, all majority were CGC stuff, and it was just the Pikachu V that had a PSA 10. So, and that one's gonna be probably higher priced than all the other ones. Full arts, $131. That's actually a decent average. VMAX, I think I only had the Pikachu VMAX in this one because all the other VMAXs no one really was submitting for PSA. And then Secret Rares, $164, not bad. There's a lot more Secret Rares within this set, and you have some, you know, gold trainer cards to kind of bring the average down. So the fact that it's close to Champion's Path, when Champion's Path was, like, super limited on the Secret Rares, like, it's very solid. Vivid Voltage, by far, at least what we've talked about, the #1 set in Sword and Shield, by far. For Master Set recently sold in the middle of May for $700, which is not too bad at all, honestly. I think that's a very fair price. Booster Pack averaging about $7 right now. It just hurt me when I'd go to my LGS and they'd be selling for $8, $9, $10 a pack. I'm like, are you kidding me? But that's what they're going for. ETB, $95. I'm surprised the price has already shot up that far, but it is a Pikachu on an Elite Trainer box, so it's pretty collectible if you just look at the, you know, generic indicators for collectability. And then Booster Box, averaging about $185 right now. I've seen most of them for around $200, but I think a lot are selling for, you know, that $180, $190 price range right now. So overall, really great set to collect. If you're looking for anything to, you know, maintain sealed or collect a master set, even though it would be pretty pricey, this is probably the set to go with. I'm not pursuing that currently because I never pulled the Rainbow Pikachu and I don't want to pay for that. But if I ever pull it someday, then this will definitely be a set that I reach out to. It just has a lot going for it. It has amazing rares, which is at the time was a new rarity of card, and a lot of staple Pokemon in here as well. You got some beautiful full art cards, and the gold. I think the gold Pokemon with this set are really cool too. I think this set just has a very strong, really strong bones basically, and then it has some good meat on it too. All right, so collectability tiers, start with the low tier. I think both the gold Pokemon, all the female full arts, and then the Lugia and Charizard cards in here are low tier collectability. I think they'll be decent in the long run, and I think there will always be some people looking for them, and they won't be selling for super high prices, but people will always be looking for them. In the mid tier, I have the Pikachu VMAX as well as all the amazing rares. Obviously, you know, the Rayquaza, Celebi, Jirachi will probably, and maybe even the Raikou would be a little bit more sought out after, but I mean, Zacian and Zamazenta, a lot of people are getting into Pokemon at this time, so who knows down the long run, they might be, you know, the same as a lot of the other box legendaries, or maybe even more popular. And they're dogs. People love dogs. And then in the top tier, I have the Rainbow Pikachu VMAX as well as the Pikachu Full Art. I think both those cards are super awesome cards to collect. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Please let me know what you guys think about Vid Voltage. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this set is pretty solid, but I want to know what you guys think. If you have the master set of this, or if you're pursuing it, or you have a ton of sealed product of this, yeah, please let me know. Any feedback down below on how I can improve these videos. If this is your second video of mine, consider subscribing. If you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you don't like what you saw, you know, give me a dislike, or once again, a comment down below on how I can improve. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys watching these videos and supporting me through this. these videos are fun to make, but sometimes, you know, when work or school gets rough, yeah, I can be kind of discouraged, but I think you guys watching this, and it helps me keep pushing through. So yeah, next for these, right now I'm going to be releasing one of these a week, and I will be diving into black and white next. So look forward to diving into that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.